HP. You can see their designs change over time. Their designs have gone from simplistic to crazy to simplistic to just flat out boring, and it's still changing to this day. And that's why I'm reviewing the HP dv6-2155dx. This laptop actually served as part of my childhood, well, the later part of my childhood, but still. It was purchased at Best Buy in 2011, and it was obviously an open box deal, which came bundled in with a HP TouchSmart printer. But anyways, one thing I'd like to mention is that it saw some serious damage over the years. Well, not this one, but the original one. The left mouse button just saw a lot of damage, and then after that, coffee was spilled on the keyboard, making it useless. And then after that, I eventually stepped on the screen, which caused it to break. And we had to get a new computer after that. So, let's get to the specs and then get to the main review. So, the HP Pavilion dv6-2155dx comes standard with an Intel Core i3 330M processor with a clock speed of 2.13 GHz. This laptop comes standard with 4 GB of DDR3 SD RAM. The motherboard supports up to 8 GB. It comes standard with a LightScribe Super Multi 8X DVD RW drive. It comes with a 1366 by 768 15.6-inch WXGA display. It comes with integrated graphics labeled Intel GMA 4500 MHD. The bloatware pre-installed in this computer includes eBay, HP MediaSmart, HP Webcam, Pandora Internet Radio, Windows Live Photo Gallery, Cyberlink DVD Suite, Adobe Reader, Adobe Flash, HP Games, and HP Music Store. Right, so that's the end of the specs, so now let's get to the main review. Alright folks, what you're looking at right here is a computer that I used for the later part of my childhood. It's pretty close to me and is very personal. But I got another one since one day I got up from my bed. My stupid mother left the computer right next to my bed and on the floor, and I stepped on it as soon as I got off the bed and the screen broke. So I am about 10 or so years later, no, about like 13 years later, I got a new one. And this is it. This is the HP Pavilion dv6-2155dx. Now, what's really interesting is that I still have the original recovery discs, the documentation, among other important things for this. And so, since it was the same exact model, not only did the recovery discs work, but I was able to recover everything on a solid state drive. And because of that, now the recovery partition is secured for the next 20 years, hopefully. But this laptop isn't the most well made. You should be treating this model very delicately, because this thing is not very durable. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I mean, I did step on it after all, but still, you shouldn't even do that. Okay, so let's go over to ports and then show you some other things. Right, so VGA, the docking station connector, Ethernet, HDMI, eSATA, and USB 2.0. Now this is a spot where 1394 digital would have been, but I guess this is either a lower end model or 1394 was already pretty much dead at this point. But yeah, here's the Super Combo card reader, which is the SD, the Memory Stick Pro, multimedia card, and the XD card. So yeah, all those work in here. We only ever use XD cards and SD cards, not really the other ones. Maybe Memory Stick Pro, but I can't remember. This is your Express card reader, and this is a placeholder to make sure no dust gets in there. And Here is 2 headphone jacks and 1 microphone jack, along with an IR sensor for a remote, which is also included with this laptop. Here is the Super Combo DVD drive with rereadable capabilities. It has 2 USB 2.0s on this side. This is actually where the TV tuner would have been, but since this is a newer model where it wasn't necessary and they try to reduce costs to sell this at Best Buy, they just removed it along with the phone port because nobody was really using dial-up anymore out inside the United States. Kensington lock, and of course the power jack. There's nothing on the back since it has a rip-off MacBook hinge. But anyway, this has a special design on it. This is the espresso design, which was HP's design scheme, or one of them. The thing is that from 2007 to 2010 or 11, HP actually hired special artists to design designs for their laptops. Instead of doing like a bland normal plastic design, they decided to be different from the crowd and actually put cool designs on here. Now you may only be able to see these things here, but there are actually like lines and waves that you can barely notice with the naked eye. With the camera I'm using, you can barely notice it. Another thing too is that this thing is actually based off of the HDX16. Same exact mold for the plastic pieces, but of course since the I/O is laid out differently, this thing isn't exactly the same. But it was made with the same mold, but slightly altered, of course. This design is also HP's staple from the time, and yeah, that's about it. Now on the bottom of the laptop, a lot of people on eBay don't show these OEM product keys. They cover them up even though they're literally useless. They only work with OEM restore discs, but they always autofill the product key. And yeah, now, I don't know what this is, but it must have been refurbished at some point. I removed the battery because the battery doesn't hold a charge, and it turns out that it isn't just Acer that when a laptop is used on AC power with the dead battery for too long, the laptop will just shut down and yeah, it'll go through something called discharge, electric discharge or something like that, so you won't be able to turn it on for a few seconds. The model number is here, Pavilion dv6-2155dx. Here's a worn out product key, but it's no big deal. Designed by Hewlett Packard. Really not designed, well, the mold itself was, but the design was definitely not made by HP. But then again, they hired them, so of course they go uncredited. Alright, so those are all the ports. But I want to show you something else, actually. HP integrated a special technology for their hard drives called ProtectSmart, which actually is a pretty advanced hard drive caddy system. So check this out. I'm going to take my screw here. Alright, this is the ProtectSmart caddy. Under here is a Western Digital solid state drive, but it's connected with a cable that actually inserts to the motherboard right here. This caddy has 4 rubber feet here to prevent it from shocks, which is a good idea, but since this is a solid state drive, it doesn't matter, but still, extra protection. And it's very solid, actually. This is one of my favorite hard drive caddies of all time. And unlike other caddies, it doesn't cut your fingers too. It's pretty thick, so it doesn't cut you. Believe it or not, this isn't actually an exhaust vent. It's actually covered up, and it's not sufficient for air to escape. This is where the air actually comes out of, along with under the hinge thing here. So it not only comes out here, but above here too. So Yeah, like a MacBook, but better. This thing actually doesn't overheat, surprisingly. I used it for like 2 hours on web browsing on YouTube and it didn't overheat. But now let's get to the main review. Right, something I forgot to mention before is that under the memory bay you can actually access the wireless card, the 2 memory slots, and the CMOS battery easily. So yeah, it's very accessible. But I do have something that isn't a good example. This Dell Inspiron 15R. This one was a direct competitor to it. They both have an i3, and yeah, this one is terrible. I mean, it looks nice and all, but the problem with this laptop is that you can't access the hard drive easily. You could be thinking, well, what the hell? Well, let me explain. You can't access it from the side, and it's not even attached to the optical drive caddy, and yeah, there's no way to access it. This door here is actually just a memory, nothing else. That's literally it, and it has a lot of plastic around it, so you can only access the memory. You'd have to take this whole thing apart just to access the hard drive. And not only that, but I even removed the keyboard and see if it was under there. Nope. There were a ton of other things, but not the hard drive. So yeah, this Dell laptop was actually made when Michael Dell left Dell for a while. And yeah, this thing is pretty bad. But the 2155dx, however, you can access pretty much everything you need. Of course, if you're trying to recap the entire motherboard in like 20 years, that's a different story, but you know, it won't be too hard to disassemble it. I'm just not that experienced at disassembling laptops, because usually it's really hard to put them back together. So this is one of the bags that came with it. There's some documentation inside. Right here, this actually came in a bundle with a HP HP PhotoSmart Premium Touch Smart Web. Here's actually the documentation for it. I still have the printer. It's actually right next to me, and it's pretty heavy actually, so I can't really lift it. Here's an old Best Buy thing, because this came with Best Buy and the Geek Squad thing. Alright, so yeah, that's all that's in this bag, and this bag is actually pretty eco-friendly, so yeah, it's pretty good. HP Eco Solutions. But here is the real documentation for this laptop, the original OEM documentation. Of course, here's some Media Smart icons here. Here is the serial number for this packet and everything. And the inside here, it says, need a hand, do not return this product, start with the experts. If there's a problem with your newly purchased notebook PC, you have better options than returning it to the store. For quick help, please refer to the printed Notebook Essentials Guide in the documentation portfolio in your notebook box. Well, that's what this is called, I guess. We want your HP experience to be simple and satisfying, so HP Total Care support is available 24/7 by phone, email, or online chat. Why is it written 24/7? I find that weird, but hey, whatever, it's just a minor complaint. And of course some other things, even in French too. I understand that too because I know French, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so I took everything out of here. This is what comes in the portfolio, I guess. So I'm assuming this is the guide it's referring to, so let's take a look at that. User guides. I think this is referring to the HP Total Care application. What's next? Creating recovery disks. After setting up the computer, one of the first and most important steps to take is to create a set of recovery disks of the full factory image. Yeah, you can actually make one inside of the computer. There's an application specifically for that. I should do that with the HDX16 for the incoming future and preserve it. But yeah, that's this is just basically a manual for this laptop. Yeah, pretty much. How you can hook up a TV tuner and all that. This is more like a media guide for sure. I mean, just look at that. Hey, actually, this computer in this picture is actually identical to an HP Pavilion ZT1000 series or ZT3000. I can't really tell, but one of those two. Definitely a ZT series, I can tell. That's old. Alright, I actually reviewed both the ZT series. I do have one that I didn't review, the 1195, which includes the BIOS CD player. Okay, limited warranty and technical support. Retained for future reference. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's 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 a very nice page, that's for sure. United States and Canada. Yeah. I'm sure this is also available as a PDF online. I mean, this isn't exactly solid paper. Even the Bible has more solid paper than this. Copyright 2009. So yeah, this laptop was made in 2009, which explains why it comes with Windows 7 and not Vista. Even though this laptop was also sold with Vista with a Core 2 Duo, though. Microsoft, the Windows Live. Windows Live, a suite of applications developed by Microsoft, is installed on this computer to enhance your computing experience. Okie dokie, it's not important. And of course, here is the recovery discs. The Best Buy sticker, since this was bought at a discount because it was a bundle and stuff. So it's technically like an open box thing because Best Buy does open box deals. Your personal Geek Squad disc. Think of it as a digital agent without the clip-on tie. It's so cheesy. And now I remember the old Geek Squad logo with the and they, for some reason, they use Volkswagen Beetles. And yeah, basically the inside, I wrote here that you must have a 500 gigabyte SSD or hard drive for the setup to work. And it is true, you need a 500 gigabyte SSD or hard drive because that's what the setup told me. I need a hard drive that matched the amount it came with when it was new. So in other words, yeah, it's preventing third-party repair a little bit. But then again, I did try it out with a spare 1 terabyte hard drive, and it actually worked and started recovering. But I stopped it obviously because I wanted to use a SSD instead, even though it was less storage. But you know, but yeah, it worked. I guess it's because the partitions, they don't want the partitions to get corrupted or something. This actually comes with 3 recovery discs, which match the HP versions. The reason it comes with these burn discs is because the Geek Squad actually keeps the original discs in case you have to take your computer in for repair. So they gave you these for some reason. And yeah, geeksquad.com and all that. HP, take note. Now this is like an advertisement for like the HP Envy, which was new at the time. Full throttle performance and an ultra slim design wrapped in a laser etched magnesium. What the hell? hp.com/go/nv1. What the hell? Do more with HP accessories. There is a bag with the espresso design. Broaden your mobile experience and expand your notebook's functionality with leading-edge HP accessories. Visit shopping.hp.com or your favorite retailer for more great HP accessories. And it even says there, HP Espresso Notebook Sleeve NR-401 AA pound key ABA. And then HP Dream Screen 100, and yeah, I suppose that's a serial number. Okay, HP Slim travel power adapter, another useless thing you don't need. HP 2.4 gigahertz wireless optical mobile mouse. Okay, not espresso surprisingly. And then HP Essential USB port replicator. Yeah, that's it. Copyright 2009. Yeah, so by take note, they weren't kidding. This is literally like a really cheap ass notebook that you would find at a dollar store. Please recycle your old computer equipment. So in other words, this is an e-waste, I suppose, or something. Yeah, you actually get how many pages? It doesn't say, but I assume it's not too much, judging by the thickness. And yeah, by the way, it doesn't come with Windows 7 Pro. That's just a product key I stuck on there from a refurbished computer I found in a dumpster and that I restored and cleaned out and everything. I should review it soon because I was pretty proud of how it turned out at the end. It's a Dell, that's for sure. Oh, where is it? Okay, that's not important right now. It has these useless tabs for some reason. I don't know what that's for. But yeah, that's the official packet. Portfolio. Alright, so let's actually get into the nitty gritty of the laptop. And, alright. It opens right up. A few things I'd like to mention is that this thing is pretty nice. It's nice and shiny, but then again it attracts fingerprints, but it's no big deal. You could like clean this up once in a while. It's no big deal. But let's get this laptop started, and then let's start with the main review. Alright, we're in. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. It does have a matching wallpaper with the espresso design, which I think is absolutely epic. I mean, I love how it includes an identical design to the laptop. I think that's just a really great attention to detail. Even the HDX 16 and 18 have matching wallpapers, even though the 18 has the same one as the 16, but hey, whatever. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, just look at this. I love this wallpaper. I mean, I know this was made in like a 3D, like a blender or something, but it looks great. This is a nice wallpaper. There's no need to change it. It just looks great. Oh, actually, it doesn't come with just one. Check this out. It comes with multiple ones here. Here. Yeah, look at that. It comes with other ones too. Let's uncheck these. Okay, and let's just select this. Or I could just press cancel. Yeah, that works too. Yeah, it comes with 3 espresso wallpapers, which I think is just awesome. 3 of them. Now, unlike the HDX Premium series, this thing doesn't have a designated Media Smart button, but it still includes Media Smart, surprisingly. And that is nice. What does this do? Oh, HP's website. Watch a DVD. I think I already covered all this. Yeah. Yeah, just about what I expected. Like it's like a budget Windows Media Center. Speaking of which, yeah, the SSD really makes this thing a lot faster. It's no Intel SSD or anything, but it's still pretty quick. Oh, I already did that. VLC. Oh, check this out. I want you to watch this video. I could actually post this online, actually. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's like a little video integrated into an application. Yeah, it's pretty cool, I think. The deal with that is that, yeah, that's basically a sort of media smart rather than the computer itself. But I just think it's just so cool. I mean, that is so 2009. This thing is just a 2009 time capsule. Play HP games. I'm not going to open that because bloat and all that. It's the old eBay icon that just takes you to their website, of course. Yeah. Um, Firefox, of course, we already know what that does. HP Support Assistant. That's the replacement for Total Care, actually. Alright. Oh, no, no. Okay. Alright, so we're in. So, of course, you have different things you can do. I think utilities or something. Um, Utilities, that would probably be under here. Storage devices, power, thermal, mechanical. No, that's not it. There has to be somewhere here where you can make your recovery disks. No pending actions. Okay. Get assistance. No. Wait, what? Did it just show like the serial number? I want to see that. HP Pavilion dv6 notebook PC serial number. Yeah, there it is, and product number too. It's no big deal. I can show that because yeah, it's just a serial number, product number. It's no big deal. Microsoft Office 60-day trial. I already have Office 2007, so there's no reason to have the trial on here. I can just uninstall the trial and then put in the full copy. You can install the Windows 7 Essentials, which includes the the last version of Windows Movie Maker, along with a few other things. Cyberlink, I think this is it, because Cyberlink made the recovery application. Yeah, this is it. Huh, okay, so, to its original factory states. Yeah, not its current state. Yeah, that's good. I don't want it to be at a current state, because then, you know, bloat. But still nice. This is a very useful application. I could actually use this if I get more 2155dx's. I can just buy them, recover them, put them in factory state, and then just burn the recovery disk or just create them on it and then ship it off on eBay or something and sell them, you know, and then include it with the recovery disk. That's actually a good idea. All right. I think all that's left to do, Firefox, pretty much. Yeah. YouTube, of course. Okay, here is my YouTube channel, actually. Let's watch my previous upload. What is the longest scrutinized tech video so far?
And just, oh wait, this is the wrong side. That would really help if I had the right side. So this laptop is special because it has removable faceplates. So check this out. Oh shit.
The People is actually an English translation of a Russian blogger slash journalist. He actually went to North Korea, and this is like an English dub. I really love his content. You should really check out the People, the channel, and if you're Russian and you understand Russian, you can actually check out his original one, which is actually listed in the dub channel. But still, it's really good content. It just really shines a light on the real identity of each country. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue with this video.
Put my thumb in the wrong place. So I'm gonna take my screw and unscrew this right here. Now this is one of the faceplates, and when I do this, I will be able to remove the hard drive. It actually took me a while to figure out where the hard drive was, since there was nothing online that would help. Oh boy, come on.
Now you can watch this at 720p 60 frames, but it'll have a little bit more buffer time, so I suggest you just watch this in 40p, and plus it's not that more low quality, so it doesn't matter.
Came right off. So this is the faceplate. The back is actually metal, which is how it's able to create this
Actually, hang on.
Here.
What? Why are captions on? Oh, no ads, and it's not even in the video? Oh, fuck you. Go to hell.
Hello and welcome back to the 8-Bit Guide. So in this episode, I'm going to assemble the PE6502 computer. Now this is a hobbyist computer that's meant to be assembled at home, and this is actually a prototype. Now this computer is supposed to be Apple I compatible.
Watch this, full screen.
Run Apple I software on it and BASIC and stuff like that. However, I spent a couple.
The lip sync's good, so there's no audio delay.
And he said he likes to call it Apple.
I mean, video delay.
Compatible because it's a bit more powerful than an Apple I, but not quite an Apple II. But what's really interesting is that what he's actually working on now is making some changes that'll allow this to run Commodore BASIC and have the entire Commodore screen editor and everything, which I think would be really cool.
Alright, that's enough.
I'm going to go ahead and put this one together and see what I can get running on.
In other countries, HP really never sold well, so the most common place for HP laptops and where to find them is right here in the States. So yeah, you really can't find these too many other places. Yeah, that's enough of there. Or I can go to Reddit. And actually, now that I'm on here, I might as well give you a preview of some of my upcoming videos. This is the Acer TravelMate C200, and it's a tablet PC by Acer with a sliding hinge. It's pretty cool. I will be reviewing it once I get a hard drive. I did test out the ISO for Windows XP Tablet PC Edition with the product key, and it actually works. So yeah, it's genuine, and in other words, that you can actually install Tablet PC that wasn't specifically the recovery disks for this. So yeah, it's all right. But yeah, that's this image. Here's some liminal space things. I already reviewed this, but here's just a different view of it. But yeah, my Reddit is u/officialsanic if you're interested in my posts or whatnot. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, that's enough of Firefox. What? I don't want to use the mouse buttons too much, not only because they're shiny, but because on my original one, it's not in good condition. I'll show you in a bit. Angry Birds works great. Alright, watch this. Hang on. I'm doing this from the side, so I'm usually better at the game. I love the speakers on here. They don't have a lot of bass, but they are loud and crisp, so you can really hear this really well. It doesn't matter. Angry Birds doesn't lag at all. You could probably play Roblox, but it is highly unrecommended. So in other words, it's recommended that you don't do that because you could have disastrous consequences or something, or just this thing is not meant to run Roblox, which is a constantly evolving platform that gets more and more complex, and as that happens, computers get more complex so that they can catch up with Roblox's innovation, which is actually true because it is an innovative game. But of course, now we're doing Sonic Roboblast 2, the one of the first Sonic fan games. My bad. What? Okay. That's all I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna play too much because uploading this is gonna be a bitch. Seriously, it's gonna take a long time. So yeah, might as well not play too much. But yeah, casual use is pretty good on this. You could probably use this for pandemic school, video chatting and stuff. This thing is a great streaming laptop. You could watch some Netflix great here. It has a great resolution too, although it may buffer a bit on higher resolutions. So yeah. But yeah, overall this is a pretty good laptop. Great for the time. It may be delicate in the screen assembly, but besides that, this is a very solid laptop, and I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on one of these. They're not the most rare, but they're not the most common either. But yeah, that is all I'm going to review. But that's not it. I still have one more thing. Steve Jobs reference. I am going to show you my original HP Pavilion dv6-2155dx and show you how different the condition cosmetically is. Here's my old one. Bad condition. Stepped on it and you could probably see where it cracked. My mom spilled the coffee on here before the screen broke, of course. And the keyboard no longer works, so we just bought an external Logitech thing. Also, the coffee managed to reach the trackpad assembly, and just look at how tortured that is. Oh, it does have the original stickers, which is good, but they're still kind of worn. Let me show you the main amount of damage that I am really not happy about. Just look at that. The mouse button came clean off. Yeah. That's pretty much all the damage to this thing, though. Actually, before I end, let me actually give you a preview of my next review. So, here it is. DSi XL. Stay tuned for the next Scrutinized Tech 2021 season video. Thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.